Morning, everybody. How you doing? It's a bit of a somber one this morning. This is why I've not done it on a morning walk video today. Talking about Wayne Broadhurst, the man that was brutally murdered by an illegal Afghan immigrant. Did you hear that, BBC? Brutally murdered. Not killed, brutally murdered, which is what they used in their headline, which is what most of the mainstream media is using in their headline at the minute. A man was brutally murdered by an illegal immigrant who shouldn't have been in this country. If we'd have followed procedures like other countries do all around the world, this man would never have been in the country to commit this horrific crime in the first place. We need to be pushing for these policies now, and if they don't deliver, we need to be asking questions and maybe taking more action to demand that these actions are taken. Every single illegal immigrant that comes to this country needs to be deported now. Not put up into a hotel, just deported the same day. It can be done. We know it can be done. They just refuse to do it. And this Starmer regime is putting us in danger. And a lot of people are saying this is starting to look deliberate. I've said this before. There's not a government in existence that is this incompetent. Doesn't exist. This is deliberate, in my opinion. This is deliberate to destabilise our streets, to force through the agenda that they want to push on this country, which is digital ID, which is the Chinese social credit system. They want to destabilise society so the people of this country beg them to implement it. That's what they want. They want absolute chaos on our streets. This is why this present Starmer regime is talking about releasing 2,000 paedophiles early from prison. Why else would you do that? Why else would you put these dangerous people onto our streets for any other reason than to destabilise society? And that's what's happening. This is why they haven't stopped the boats, because these people are being used as a tool to destabilise our society. That's what they're for. This is deliberate. No two minds about it now. And the shocking thing is there was no mention by Keir Starmer or any of the senior cabinet members about Wayne Broadhurst's brutal murder. Not a mention at all. No taking of the knee, no vigil, no candlelight vigil, no walking out to the podium by the Prime Minister. He can do it for career criminals in America, he can do it for George Floyd, but he can't do it for an innocent, hard-working, working class, white, British man who worked all his life collecting as a dustbin man. Hard-working, can't do it for him though. Can do it for a career criminal that held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach. Can't do it for Wayne Broadhurst though. And that is the measure of the man. That's the test. That is the measure of the man. That tells you everything you need to know about Keir Starmer. He's a disgusting human being, as is Starmer regime, as is his cabinet, as is the entire Labour Party. Anybody voting for these people, you're absolute lunatics. You're absolute lunatics. And your turkey's voting for Christmas. And if you're in a Labour constituent and you vote for these people and a family member is murdered by one of these people, then you deserve all you get. That's my opinion from now on. You deserve all you get because you voted for these people to do this to your community. You did. And as for not looking back in anger, no, look back in anger. And no, that's not an incitement to violence. You have a right to be angry. Nobody should tell you you can't be angry at what happened to Wayne Broadhurst. Don't buy this rubbish about don't look back in anger. Just play a song, have a candlelight vigil. That solves nothing, because next week we'll have another Wayne Broadhurst on our hands, and the same process will continue, this vicious circle, until finally something is done. Country is on an absolute knife edge at the minute. You could cut the atmosphere in this country with a knife. Dr. David Betts said that he expected civil war in this country within 5 years. I'm probably saying it's probably going to be a year. One more incident, if one more incident like this involving children, like another Southport, and this country will just ignite. It will. That's all I've got to say on this. This is Vindicator, signing off.